don't ever talk that close to the mic when I got these headphones on, my
Bro,
guy.
that really bugs me when like artists are like,
Oh, on stage?
yeah, because it's like you're not projecting any better than you think you are.
Okay.
Now the mic is just muffled and
I'm gonna defend the artist a little bit.
what?
Man, when you're in the moment and you're vibing, sometimes you just cup the mic, dog. It's a natural. It feels so when you're on stage, when you're like performing, singing, rapping, whatever the fuck, you're moving around. For some reason, like putting your hand closer, like up towards the top of the mic. I guess there should be a pause
like,
there, maybe.
do it.
Yeah.
For some reason, when you're vibing out like that, it feels more natural than holding the mic properly.
Yeah.
How you're supposed to.
I'm sure,
get that.
but
It's weird.
Then nobody understands what you're saying.
So I found like a weird little variation of that. So what I'll do is, if you'll notice, go back, look at some footage. I'll do that with the mic, but I like extend my like pointer finger like to my nose.
They keep you like some distance.
So it's like some distance, like it gives me a little bit of distance. And bro, if you're just yelling into the mic in the first place, whether it's cupped or not, it's gonna sound like shit.
And I mean, look, if you just do this, like, look at how much it kind of sounds better, but
Like
it's fake.
what this man was just
It's
doing
boxed
back there.
in, yeah.
It's boxed in. Sounds like shit.
It sounds like shit.
Stop sounding like shit. We're going to call that's what the name of this episode is.
Yeah.
Stop sounding like poo-poo caca.
Like pippity poop, pippity poop.
Skippity beep.
That's what it was.
Poopity scoop.
Poopity scoop.
Poopity scoop. Maybe that's what we'll call this episode. No, this is going to be a serious episode.
It's a serious one, dog.
We're in a serious transition right now here. You know what I'm saying?
Shit is changing.
Well, yeah, by the time this is broadcast, we'll have a new president.
We will. And
new
maybe
administration.
A new platform. A new lease on life.
A new platform.
Yeah. It's not going to be TikTok. It's going to be Tic Tac. It's going to be
Do you think
Tic-Tac.
they're gonna change the name?
It's going to be Knick Knack.
It's just gonna
Paddywhack.
be, instead of TikTok, it's just y'all are out of time.
Y'all are out of time.
Yeah.
Out of time. Hey, that's kind of fire, dog.
Out of time.
It ain't Tic
See?
Tac.
Dom got it.
He did back there. And he wasn't so close to the microphone, so it didn't sound like we were in trouble. Oh, yeah. Oh, I like that. Tic Tac, running out of time. I like that. So, since this is such a serious episode, let's intro this motherfucker real quick.
Go ahead.
You guys want to do that shit?
Let's do it.
You are now tuned in to Respect the Connect. I'm your host, Johnny James, and I'm back again with a few of my nearest and dearest. Jay ain't worried about a band. Trav is in the building. What's poppin', Jay?
What's poppin'? Man, the Studio Vibes brand is about to be popping.
Vibes
Indeed.
brand
Yes,
poppin'. I like that motherfucking segue into promoting the brand, dog. That's why he ain't worried about a band, dog.
Not at
Promoting the brand, ain't worried about a band.
Yes.
Land Words.
Yeah.
What's poppin', Land Words?
Same thing.
Same motherfucking thing.
Yeah.
Episode 95 makes some motherfucking noise.
Damn.
Hey, that was a good intro, dog. I like that one, bro.
that
A
was
little
right
bit
to
of
the
rhyming,
point. Yeah.
right to the point. A little bit of promo up in that motherfucker.
Right.
Yeah.
I wasn't right up on the mic.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah.
You want to cuff in the mic?
You weren't cuffing the mic.
cuffing.
Ain't no cuffing.
Is it
shit.
cuffing or cupping?
He said cupping.
Cupping.
in.
Yeah.
Cup
Okay,
in.
okay.
No cuff in. They get mad at me because I'm cuss in. This just in. We just gonna wrap this whole motherfucking episode,
Is
dog.
this Johnny or is this
Hey,
Slim
or Grimy
Shady?
or Slim. Who the fuck knows who it is, dog? I got a mic. I could be who the fuck I want.
He's on one today.
I am on 5 today because the tail end of this first chapter of the Double Barrel Tour was fucking amazing.
Sick.
Yeah.
Like, so surreal. The amount of love and support that we received, like it was like I was telling you, Len, words, like it was heavy, but it was like it was a different kind of heavy, dog. Like it's interesting when the heavy is positivity, right? I had someone tell me at one of the meet and greets that they used to be ashamed of who they were and where they were from. And because of the wild ass content that I've been creating over the past 4-5 years or whatever, it made them feel better about who they were and proud of where they were from.
Nice.
Nice.
My
okay.
dude, that shit kicked me so square in the chest, I didn't even know what the fuck to say. I almost felt like they were talking to like another person.
You're
like that imposter syndrome type shit that they be talking about.
Yeah.
Not that that's what I was feeling, but it was like I was like, you talking to me? Or you talking to somebody behind me? Like, so yeah, man. I feel rejuvenated,
Nice.
refueled, ready to just fucking keep kicking holes in the universe, bro.
All right,
bro.
You guys, how's
Are
you
those,
guys'
are those the
weekends?
black holes we keep hearing about?
They are, dog. They are. Why do you think I watch Interstellar every
Bro.
day?
Every
Over
day.
and over again.
I'm just trying to learn.
They
dog.
need a part 2 to that shit already.
Do
bro.
they though?
No, there's no way to.
I would
part
watch
two
that
it.
shit. You wouldn't?
No, I would watch it for sure, but there's
Yeah.
no part 2 to
No,
it.
I
There
wouldn't
has
like
to-
it.
I don't
Yeah,
think
the
so.
way they ended it, he's like, this can't be it. He's sitting on the porch and
Yeah.
the whole cornfields like going like up
Yeah.
like that. Like,
Yeah.
he's
I didn't,
like,
like,
there's
I
gotta be
didn't
more.
really
to that.
love that part.
I liked the ending. She's there. He gets in the fucking space. He gets in the ship. He goes to go save her. His daughter dies. He's like, yeah, you
daughter.
got to go get her now. She's on her
Yeah.
own planet, rebuilding it for us. So he goes, steals a spaceship, whatever the fuck gonna call it. And he's like, let's go, run it. We just gonna rebuild civilization just with our kids
Yeah.
out there by herself. You didn't like the ending of
That- that
Interstellar?
shit was-
I did not.
That the whole thing about like him outliving his daughter, like his kid, that's
Yeah.
fucking wild.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
That
When
shit is pretty wild.
He
dog.
pulled up and like her whole family was there. And
in
like,
the,
Yeah.
in the,
he's still
yeah.
like in his fucking 40s.
He's
Right.
yeah.
She's like
still Matt McConaughey.
186, bro. She out here looking like the Titanic lady.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With the
Yeah.
heart of the ocean.
Yeah.
But it was the heart of the universe, dog. Yeah, no. Millennials and their sequels.
Yeah. I don't need it.
Millennial.
I'll just let that one stand alone.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't
You're a
love the
millennial
ending.
too,
I am, bro. I don't give a fuck, dog.
Yeah.
Shit. Everybody could get it. We send
But
shots.
he's
you,
a self-aware
you and-
millennial.
you and
He
your
knows what it
sequels,
is.
dog.
you and your sequels, dog.
Yeah.
I prefer a prequel. I want to see him farming. That's it.
Yeah.
Just a whole movie about the farm. and the
Anybody could
dust.
travel in space.
Yeah.
I want to see a farming movie.
Let's see you grow a crop.
Yeah. A dusty crop of just corn.
Wasn't he like a pilot or something?
He was.
Yeah,
And then he
that
had to
was-
be a farmer.
That was rather convenient.
Man, and the thing is the whole world changed. But when everybody had to be a farmer, that's when farmers only could shine.
Yeah.
But no one
That
gave a
was
fuck
the
about that
moment.
anymore because
Yeah.
the world was coming to an end.
It was.
You know, that was farmers only's moment, and it got taken away from them, bro. I kind of feel bad.
Do you?
Yeah, talking about. Hey, talking about. Man, I fuck with Christopher Nolan's whole like. All
Style.
of his movies,
His style.
dog. Man, he just out the park every
Yeah.
time. I was watching the last Batman the other day, though, bro.
Which one? The third
one
one?
with
he did?
Bane.
Yeah.
What's that one called? Dark Knight Rises?
Yeah.
Okay. When old girl dies, that may be the worst moment in the fucking movie, dog. Her death scene, she's like this huge villain, and then she's there, and she's like broke her neck, and she's like talking, and then she just like fades off. It might be the worst death I've seen on screen ever.
What was wrong with it?
Go back and revisit it.
Okay.
You tell me.
Are you
after
just
watch
telling me?
it.
Are you just telling me that young lady can't act?
It was horrible. They should have
it was
redid
bad.
that.
It
And
was-
she's a great actress, but that scene, I mean, she's a good actress. She's not bad.
Okay.
She's what
movie did she do where something actually touched you or like?
She was
made you-
really good in that Leo movie where he's Shutter Island. Wasn't she his wife? Or no.
remember.
She was in the other Christopher Nolan movie. Where it's a dream within a dream of the dream in the dream.
Oh, yeah,
She was great in that.
Inception.
Yeah.
Inception. When she's losing her mind, bro. She was great in that.
Bro, okay.
Right?
I see that.
But
Okay.
that one scene, watch, you're gonna be like, fucking Johnny ruined it forever. I was sitting there for something, I was like, oh no, that took me out of the movie. I didn't even care
Yeah.
about where it was going after that.
I
don't
that
know-
whole third act was kind of like
Rushed.
Yeah.
Felt like
It
real,
was
real
it was
Game
weird.
of Thrones.
Well, you know what it was? The way they did that last Harry Potter movie, that's how they should have done the last Batman movie.
Yeah.
They should have just cut it in half,
Yep.
cut the narrative in half, and then just give us 2 movies.
I agree. Sometimes
I'd have
that's
been
the way
happy
to do
with
it.
that.
Lord of the
They
Rings
could have just
did
blew
it first.
once
right?
they blew up the stadium. They could have stopped there and been like, "Hey, come back next summer or
whole
whatever."
nother movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Huh.
Oh, well.
Millennials and their sequels.
Yeah, because the way they dropped the Scarecrow in the whole court system,
he
like
was just
all
there.
that, it was like,
been cool.
Yeah, it would have been great to like delve into all the changes that would have happened if they had like an anarchist government or a military just like taking over on some terrorist type shit.
Yep. And then a little more of
been
a
awesome.
glimpse at like what Robin
Right.
might have actually looked like on a solo dolo
Right,
mission.
exactly.
Right?
Because he was out there doing missions
Yeah.
and side missions, but he was like dodging cars and
Yeah.
doing all this like explosions and stuff. And it's like, yeah, but what's he really doing?
Did you? I'm gonna spin it real quick. Did you guys watch that? What was it? One of the newer Jokers, the newest one. It was like a
Folie à
musical
Deux? The second one with
with Gaga.
yeah, with you guys' favorite
I have-
actress.
I have been marked safe from participating in watching that film, Jason.
Marked
Yeah.
safe.
Yes,
What does that mean?
I'm good. Like I'm
Yeah.
safe.
You're
Like
not- you don't wanna watch it?
When a natural disaster occurs, right, and you can't find people, and they
You-
hop on, they're like, "I'm marked safe
Yeah.
from this natural disaster. I'm marked safe."
It was kind of crazy. Yeah, it was.
You
not-
watched it?
It was not what I was expecting, bro. Yeah, a while back.
Was it good?
It was good, but it was a musical, bro.
Hold up,
So
hold
like
up,
there
hold
was a lot of
Did you watch it alone or did you watch it with a female?
with the friend.
Did she like it? Did she like it?
It was a
Because
good
I'm
movie,
getting
dog.
real. I watched it with chick vibes and she fucked with it, so I kind of
Right,
fucked with it
right.
too. Vibes, Jay.
Yeah,
I
you
wouldn't-
tolerated a lot more. You probably would have turned that shit off earlier.
I definitely would have.
Oh, I
See?
knew it.
See? I
See,
knew.
this is what a 15-year friendship brings to the table. I can
know-
pick up
you
on
know the
nuances,
subtleties, yeah.
right? Just like, yeah, you know,
It was all right.
it got unjust hate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really did.
It was a little better because it was at Flicks. I was like, food
Oh
and stuff
yeah,
like that.
food, drinks.
but it was
all
like-
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't really my
Cup of tea.
cup of tea.
Did you see the first one,
The
the Joker?
Yeah, that one wasn't a musical though, right?
No,
It
not
was
at
just
all.
the one
That
with
one was,
Gaga.
that
Yeah,
one was,
that
pretty
one was
hard,
really
though.
dope.
That,
Yeah.
that was a good one. That
Whenever,
was a good one.
whenever he like completely spiraling and he fucking shoots homie and he lets the little dude leave, man, he's standing there and contorting his body. That shit
Yeah,
was
that
dope,
shit was
dog.
Yeah, he was a weirdo.
Yeah, that's why. Hey, whenever
Nah.
when Ken told us that, you guys seen my reaction when Ken's like, "Yeah, they're saying this about to be a musical." I'm like, "Shut
We didn't
the
believe
fuck
it.
Yeah, there ain't no way they're gonna take a great movie and turn it into a weird ass Joker musical." And listen, I'm not opposed to musicals, right?
Yeah.
They're not my favorite movies in the spectrum of films, but Chicago, that ain't a bad movie, dog.
No,
Have you watched it?
No.
Yeah, I've seen it. You didn't like it?
it was all right. It was cool.
I mean,
You know what I liked about it? That and Moulin Rouge, I thought took the stage experience and like turned it into something different
I agree.
than because they had to make it a movie,
I agree.
and it's not the same thing.
It's
So,
not. Like, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of musicals, right? I'm not. They're not my favorite thing in the world, but I'm not gonna just completely disregard a film because it's a musical, right? Same thing with that with Wicked, okay?
Oh, did
Finally
you see
got
that?
to see it.
Oh, you did?
I understand why it was such a big deal, right? I do.
The
The
stage.
movie. It was-
The
it-
show.
Bro,
Okay.
crazy production is insane, bro. It had about 30% more music than I would have preferred.
Gotcha.
as like musicals that I can like actually. But by the time it gets to the final act, you're like, oh shit, okay, I see where they're going with this.
See, I just can't watch Ariana Grande. So anything she does, I'm not watching.
You checking out?
I'm not interested.
She don't bother me that much.
She bothers me.
Yeah?
She makes me uncomfortable.
Is it just her style of acting or just her vibe in
It's
general?
just it's that.
Yeah.
It's just the way I saw some of those interviews and stuff when she was talking, and I literally like I wanted to stab something into my ears, and I was like, why do these people talk like this? It was just so. It was excruciating, and I was like, I don't think I can watch that.
You know what?
I think it's crazy how skinny she got.
Yeah, she's kind of gross.
I mean,
now.
shit, you know what though? Hey, I'm gonna just go out there and I'm gonna be that one guy in the comments that
She
throws
was
a
already
lifeline.
a little girl.
She
was
might,
petite, but it's like
look what happened
now
with
she looks
Chadwick,
sick.
right? A lot
With
of us
who?
were like with Chadwick, homie that
Oh,
played Black
yeah,
Panther.
yeah.
It was like, damn, he lost a lot of weight. What the fuck's going on? Ozempic, and he was
Yeah.
sick, right?
She
So-
ain't sick.
Yeah, she might not be, but she might be.
She on that stuff Ice Spice on now.
Ozempic.
She's also like white one day and then brown the next day. and
Yeah.
then white
Yeah,
the next
yeah,
day.
but always ditzy, always like just.
And I think
Nah.
a lot of that is an act.
You
Like,
sure?
Yeah, I think so. But
I think
do,
that's- I
because
think
I've heard
that's
her
that-
voice
Yeah, I
even
know.
change.
Okay,
Right?
got you.
I think a lot of that is how people like expect her to be in the public.
Got
so
you.
a lot of that, but not to completely segue off of bashing her, right?
Okay.
I'll let you get back in your bag, Lenward. You know what really shocked me about the film was the one that played the Wicked Witch. So she was in a show. Fuck, it was like an HBO
Cynthia
show.
Eribe.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was in an HBO show. I can't remember the name of it. It wasn't True Detective, but it was a show like that.
Okay.
That I had just watched. I'm not gonna bug the fuck out of me, but whatever. She was like an ancillary character that came in and she like helped them like investigate the murders that were happening.
Okay.
And I didn't know, like I didn't think she could sing, right? I thought fucking Ariana Grande, she'd been singing forever. So she was gonna just like obliterate everybody. Hell nah. Homegirl came through, bro, and she stole the fucking show.
Really?
For real. I was kind of shocked. And again, coming from somebody that doesn't hate musicals, I don't love them. I do. I had to see the film to understand for myself why people were fucking hailing this as like, holy shit, peak cinema type stuff.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
I didn't hear any of
the
that.
reviews were crazy,
Really?
dog. That shit stayed at like a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes forever.
I mean, okay.
I know.
I'm
I
not.
put a
I'm
lot-
not the target audience. I really do love the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
I don't know what that Wicked storyline is, so I don't know all the details.
It is after and before.
Okay.
So the film starts with a shot of the Wicked Witch's hat and the water around it.
Okay.
And you hear all of Oz just celebrating.
Yeah.
She's gone, she's gone, she's gone. And
Right.
then it goes to the fuckers that were in the Lollipop Guild and shit back. And she
Yeah.
floats back in and like in her bubble and they start talking about it. But then
Right.
it flashes back to like all that led up to
So
that.
she was Cynthia Eribe's character was supposed to be the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah.
Oh, so they just started dancing on this black woman's grave. Okay, so I'm not watching that.
No,
watching that.
no, dog.
watching that.
Listen, Lenwords, it flips the story on its head.
Really?
Who you think is the villain isn't the villain.
I mean, that's where I'm starting from.
Yes. But that's where they go, though. They show you why they created the villain that they created. Because
Why they
they
made her a
needed a
villain?
common enemy.
Gotcha.
Like always,
Yeah,
right?
that's what
the
happens.
common enemy. Once you get the common enemy, then they can go that way and pivot
Yeah.
and don't pay attention to what's happening behind the curtain because you got to pay attention to the common enemy. So that's why when I got to the end of it, I was like, man,
Okay.
there was a little too much of personal preference of singing. Right? It took me out a couple of times of like the narrative and like my like being like actually like invested in the movie, which it does sometimes with musicals for me. But once I got to the end, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that was kind of dope.
So there was some
That's-
levels to the story.
There was.
Okay.
That's how it
All
was
right.
with like on that Joker movie too, bro. It was like they
Oh,
fucking blew up this. They
trash.
blew up like the courtroom and shit, and it was like a dope scene.
Yeah.
And then like after every good scene, it went to like a fucking singing thing, bro.
And it took you out of
And
it.
it was
completely.
just like, damn,
Completely
what the fuck? Yeah,
unnecessary.
it was
So,
way too much.
Was
Way too much.
Joaquin Phoenix singing too?
Yeah.
Really? Did he
Oh.
sound like Johnny Cash? I'm Johnny Cash.
I ain't gonna lie, like a little bit. Like there were some times where you were like, "Damn, he can't really sing," and then later on, you're like, "Dang, I think he's getting better at singing." As he's going through this movie,
They just threw on some Melodyne,
Some-
bro, and called it a motherfucking day, dog.
right? They'll dial it back so it's not too much.
Yeah.
So, before we get too far off and talk about just movies for the rest of the fucking podcast,
Yeah.
we got a lot of stuff to unpack here, fellas. So, as of
deal?
last night, the 18th was last night? Today's the 19th? Okay. TikTok has officially ceased to work in the United States of America.
Yeah.
It went dark. I thought they were bluffing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I really did. I thought that there was going to be some last minute situation that would stop it from actually working for these next couple of days. Notice I said next couple of days. I was, it's not going away. Okay, for one. We won't even get into what's happened since then, but in my mind, I'm like, still, I know that there's more to this play, right? But I didn't think they would actually pull the plug and make it not work for these next few days. Did you guys?
It was like 50-50. It's all publicity stunt, dog.
I thought they were gonna get rid of it.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, why not?
What made this feel different to you versus a lot of times when they were bluffing on some shit?
I don't think they ever bluff, and I don't ever treat it like a bluff. It's always a threat. This time I was watching what they were saying, and they were like, it belongs to a different country. And because that country has inherent interest in it, like they're always trying to figure out a way to merge all this fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? So if they can find a way through an app to get everybody to be okay with the U.S. and China being married, even commercially in an app, that's enough, you know? So I just figured they would keep, holding the line, but maybe now is the time that they're just like, no, we're going to open it up and do business and play together. But
I don't think it's going to be the same at all.
it probably won't, because anytime
At all.
our government, that government gets involved in stuff like that, they very often really like turn the crank and like, no, it's going to funnel this way. That's why everyone liked TikTok so much, is because it gave you that natural reach and engagement that you can like actually get to people in front of people. And they don't have that on Meta and all the other stuff that's American based, because that this government is just all the way into it.
They want to funnel the attention to what,
Well, they want to control it.
They
They want
want
to
you to
manage
pay
it.
for it. They want you to
And
pay
they want
for
you
it.
to
It's not just
pay
to,
to get
it's
that
not
shit
just to
out.
pay for it. They want to know they want to know how to control what you are taking in.
Yeah.
And they do it in ways that are beneficial. They do it in some ways that have kind of got swept under the rug, and people haven't really had a real conversation about it. And that's what I'm most concerned with, is that if we have an app that is available worldwide that gives you what you think is organic outreach, but really it's just like connecting all these people and pieces worldwide. Now one government over here can say, hey, we got a problem with this dude. He's talking to this dude and this dude over here. Normally they would have to jump through jurisdictions. Now they just have an app where they can just say, hey, they're connected. They follow each other. They're friends. And that they use anything for these cases. And that's what I'm looking at, and I'm like, oh, well, I guess they're really like turning the crank and trying to make it available to everyone. So
And see,
whatever.
I think, you guys saying that it's not going to be the same. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It hasn't been what it was for like the past, like, I don't know, probably like 2 years. It turned more into like a place to sell stuff, which is fine. I mean, you know, platforms are going to grow and change and evolve over time, right? But it went more towards like the TikTok shop, right?
Right.
And stuff like that. So why I thought, they weren't gonna let it go through is because this is going to directly affect the economy in the United States. You know how many people and how much money is generated through TikTok? Not even just people just going live and being influencers, but people like building brands, $1 million brands, selling their stuff. It became like what Amazon was in its heyday.
Right.
When you could just start popping off, bro, Amazon drop shipping, and like you could build this huge brand from this one platform. So many people made so much money, right, on this platform that really rejuvenated and really, was moving around our economy down here.
Right.
So for me, I'm like, damn, it's a lose situation. But you always got to pay attention. We're talking about the Wizard of Oz, which is a good segue into this, bro. There's always someone behind the curtain, bro.
Oh, for sure.
Right? But let's dial it back to even like a more, like a smaller scale, right? A lot of people use this app at a time when the world was really uncertain, right? Like they were lost and they were disconnected from family, from friends. And they found a place on the internet that wasn't about filters. It wasn't as much about judgment as some of the other platforms that they had been on for a long time, right? And they were able to like express themselves in like a more unbiased way.
Right.
And connect to people when the world was uncertain, dog, during that time.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people, why we're seeing such a like a melancholy, sad vibe right now, is because a lot of people are emotionally invested. And I know this sounds crazy, it does, but it's true. A lot of people are emotionally invested into this app because some people have found knowledge. They've found something in this app that either helped them or made them better. And that's just on a micro scale. That's just the consumers.
Right.
I'm not even talking about the creators. You know what I mean? Some people were in a dead-end job, scared to be who they were, and took the fucking leap of faith and started creating content and completely changed their lives. Completely. Off of a silly little fucking app, dog, that people were dancing around on.
Yeah. Yeah.
It completely changed a lot of people's lives, right? So for me as a content creator, like I said, I thought they were bluffing, right? I seen a lot of creators that were like, hey guys, this might be my last one. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for changing my life and all this stuff, right? And I'm like, nah, we're not there yet. I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. And I know it's coming back, right? But if for some reason that it doesn't, I'm going to regret not taking my opportunity to talk to the almost 2,000 people that were rocking with, 200,000 people
guaranteed.
on that app that were rocking with me. And being honest, dog, like that app, as you guys know, dog, that was being an influencer and bro, what? Sorry, that's not my fucking goal. That's not what I'm trying to do. But it happened. And I don't take a day of it for granted, bro. And the people that support me from there, I don't take them for granted.
Yeah.
And if it does go away and I don't get that chance, I'll regret not taking that moment to say, hey, you know, they really did change the trajectory of my life. And they changed the things that I have the ability to do, right? Because they support what I do. And I'm seeing a lot of influencers or creators that are just kind of expecting everybody to go to these other platforms and follow them.
Yeah.
Go here, go there, right? Follow
Right.
me, follow me.
Yeah.
Let's build another platform over here. And the thing is, dog, for me as a creator, nah, bro, I gotta earn your guys' attention. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I want to build this from a place of me earning what I've attained, not just expecting it. Because no one has to give you their attention. No one has to give you their time, their energy, their money, bro. So for you to expect it is just super arrogant as a content creator. To just expect your audience to follow you and navigate how you're going, how you're moving.
Okay. I mean, but don't you think most of the people who already have a connection with their audience have already earned that though?
Yeah,
Like you can tell someone, hey, go to my website or go over here or over there. If you're just taking your TikTok content and saying, hey, it's only going to be on Fanbase now or something.
Yeah.
Go to Fanbase. Check me out over there. Like the problem is that TikTok, the way the algorithm, we talked about this, the algorithm is designed to get you stuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's really good at that. That part you can't replicate, but everything else, it was you guys, the creators, who were making it hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not doing that part. They're just bringing people to the party and saying, hey, check this out, check this out, check this out, and making it stick.
Yeah.
But y'all make it what it is. People are tuning in because it's you.
For
you
sure.
know what I mean?
I
So
agree
I
with
don't
that.
think people... I don't think people will begrudge you if you're just like, hey, it's out of my hands, you know, slide over here. Because I don't think you should be like married to one platform or
No, I only follow him
Distribution
on
service.
TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't
Really?
support anything else he does, dog.
You guys are gonna be able to keep doing it because it's already back. Just now,
Yeah.
live on the podcast.
Just
It
live
came
back.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, did it come
It's
back
not
up?
dark anymore.
Let's see.
See?
Yeah, see, I knew it. So before I know it's back up. That's fucking cool, bro. I knew it was gonna happen. But
know.
let's read.
I don't know.
Still says no
brother.
connection.
Let's read.
That's because you got to pay your internet bill, bro.
Oh, I gotta pay. I gotta pay.
pay?
Yeah,
the internet was free.
I only got free internet after 9 o'clock.
He's on that
I'm
Obama
on
phone. He
I'm
got
on
that Obama
2008.
phone.
Look at this fool.
Hey, look, there's
popping up.
look. The
Right,
first
and it's
guy
the first
pops
guy
up is
pops up
fucking
is-
guy.
That's crazy.
Oh. Hey, TikTok working.
No,
So-
the home feed ain't working.
It's
I don't know
not. So
why.
it's probably still gonna take a while.
gonna take a
So
while.
let's see.
Where'd
so
you
when
hear
I
that
heard-
at, Dom?
No, mine's working.
It's working.
Oh.
Yeah.
So when I heard
He's always fact checking back there. He's our fact checker.
that it went dark, okay, I instantly felt like I seen the play, right? So close to the inauguration, right? Interesting timing, okay? So if I'm looking at this, and this is before reading what Trump said this morning, I'm not going to read it yet. I thought to myself, okay, that's smooth, bro. That's smooth. Your first thing that you do as the sitting president is bring back the app that they took away. Hey, that's superhero shit to a lot of people, bro. And the eyes of the world are on it,
ridiculous.
It's-
right?
yeah.
Which, again, I'm not saying that it's not strange, but this is the world that we live in, dog.
That's
we
not the word,
exist.
but okay.
We exist in this world.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I always cringe about it because just last week we saw a bunch of people lose real
stuff. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
exactly.
And
I know.
there's a lot of people who care more about losing that.
I know.
And that's where I'm like, what the fuck, y'all? Like, that's the play to me where I'm looking at it like it's such a distraction to say this imaginary world online
Is more important than the real.
is
one.
more important
Yeah.
than the real land grabs and the real shit that they're doing now because they're doing it in all over.
I know.
That's the part where I'm looking at it. Come on, y'all. Like, wake up.
And I agree.
It's
and
not that important.
I think there's just a human nature that maybe we haven't evolved out of to distract ourselves from what's really right in front of us.
It's hard to look at,
It is.
I think.
And if you can be provided a happy distraction for a while, right? Time keeps moving. And you don't have to kind of look at what's... I know everything's crumbling behind me here, bro, but let me
Yeah.
throw a
Yep.
filter on real quick and it looks nice.
Yeah.
But it's not. So I think there's this fundamental human need at like the core of a lot of people to, when shit gets rough, to kind of distract yourself from it.
When Rome is burning, go to the Coliseum.
Go to the Coliseum, bro. Watch the gladiators, dog. Don't pay attention to the fact that the streets are overflowing with the fucking plague and people are dying and we're losing control, right? Go watch these guys chop each other's heads off.
It's kind of like that movie, Dad, Leave the World Behind, coming back again to it when she's watching Friends.
Yep. I like what she says when they talk about Friends in that movie. When she's like, yeah, like I understand it. She's like, but it's kind of nostalgic for a time that never existed.
Right.
When she dropped that bomb, I was like,
exactly
"God damn,
right,
bro."
And that's how I've always felt about that show. I never understood how people loved it so much.
She's like, it's nostalgic for a time that didn't exist.
Yeah.
You know, we're looking for bro. The world could be burning behind
It
you.
was a sitcom.
But if you're content with your distractions, it's not that bad.
yeah,
So I thought, I'm like, oh, this about to be the play. I knew it last night. I was like, he gonna step in instantly. It's gonna
Save
be
the
the
day.
first thing he does. So this morning, let's get to the motherfucking shit, right? Let me read it. Let me take out my spectacles real quick. I'm asking companies not to let TikTok stay dark. I will issue an executive order on Monday to extend the period of time before the law's prohibitions take effect so that we can make a deal to protect our national security. The order will also confirm that there will be no liability for any company that helped TikTok from going dark before my order. Americans deserve to see our exciting inauguration on Monday, as well as other events and conversations. I would like the United States to have a 50% ownership position in a joint venture. By doing this, we save TikTok, keep it in good hands, and allow it to stay up. Without U.S. approval, there is no TikTok. With our approval, it is worth hundreds of billions of dollars, maybe trillions. Therefore, my initial thought is a joint venture between the current owners and or new owners whereby the U.S. gets 50% ownership in a joint venture set up between the U.S. and whichever purchase we so choose.
What does China get out of it?
data. They get.
They already have it though. I thought they already have the data,
But they're gonna get more,
and they're gonna
I
lose
think
50% of their company that they built.
Well, okay,
It's
China
probably
didn't
just the
build it.
US
ByteDance,
thing, yeah.
ByteDance built it, and ByteDance it has to have a Chinese like. It's almost like any business you own in the United States, where push comes to shove, they can say it's the United States business, and technically, legally, that's probably how they think anyway. So China is just open about it. China's just like, yo, state-sponsored everything.
Yeah.
This is communism. That's what we're doing here. And now we're just kind of merging the two universes, really. So I don't think they actually lose. They grow because with a U.S. cosign for what ByteDance has created and what China is invested in, now both countries can have a diplomatic arrangement while still calling each other adversaries.
Brother,
You
everybody
know what I mean?
that always wins keeps winning. That's all I took from
Yeah.
all of it, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody that always wins, whether it looks like they're winning or not, they just won again.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, they keep sliding through.
yeah, just they and look, that's what's gonna happen. Like we just literally got the play-by-play of how that shit's gonna go down.
Yeah.
For sure. I don't see it. I mean, it might change a little bit. Percentages might move a little bit, maybe, but that's what's going down.
I doubt that you're going to get the organic reach. I think that's what we all expected the internet to be.
Yeah.
We expected it to be like, hey, I'm talking, and if you're interested in what I'm saying, you can tune in and get a notification. And we thought it would just be like, well, you said you're subscribed, so you want to hear from me, right? So when I post something new, send it to that person.
Yeah.
But if you had an audience of 200,000 people every single time you farted and made a video out of it,
Yeah.
bro, like, they'd be like, this guy has too much influence.
Too much control.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they can't give you that because not everybody is. And I use that fart example specifically
Because of the last video I made.
No.
That shit went viral, dog. You guys didn't
No.
see the one where I was shitting on camera?
No, because people aren't always conscious or careful about the content that they do create.
Yeah.
And sometimes it is something as like lowbrow as fart jokes versus someone explaining quantum physics
Yeah.
online. They have both.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And both have a place there.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
like they're trying to like create one universe for all these superheroes.
And I think the organic reach had already
Max,
it already puttered out.
Yeah.
It really did. But I do think that if they do merge and they bring it on and it's, you know, American owned 50% or whatever, you still have to have it be a little different than what we have over at Meta. Right?
Okay.
So I think the play is continue doing exactly where it was right now, right? TikTok shop, go live, do battles. We'll tell you every now and then, like, hey, if you put a little money behind this post, it's gonna blow up.
Right.
And I never pay attention to that because I know from experience, once you pay to play, you always gotta pay.
You're on the wheel. Yeah.
You're on the wheel. They're not gonna expect you not to pay, right? It goes back to even to you know, doing shows. If a promoter asks you to pay to do a show and you agree to it, they're not gonna ever want to pay you a goddamn dollar. Because you already paid. And I know there's there's little facets to that. You know, you're an up and coming artist, you've never been in front of an audience. I know all that stuff exists, but at the end of the day, if you have some sort of following and you agree to pay to play, you can't come back and be like, well, I don't want to pay anymore. Well, I'll find someone else that's willing to pay. Fuck
Right.
it. We ain't gonna give you no fucking views. Stay down there and no one's gonna see you anymore.
But isn't that how the internet works anyway?
That's how it's
like
been.
that's how all
Yeah,
of them are.
that's how it's been.
If you don't pay money, you have a very limited reach
You do.
unless you jump onto a platform where it's still giving you organic reach and you happen to get in that during that window and take advantage
Yeah.
and capitalize.
Which TikTok was. But
Right.
again, I think for the past 2 years, easy. Once the TikTok shop stuff really started popping off, you could see it every now and then. Like they would tell you, hey, boost this up. You can get it like $10. We'll put you in
Yeah.
front of this many more eyes or whatever. But again, once you're in that algorithm for being pay to play,
Right.
it's going to hinder your reach, I think. But again, on the flip side of it, as a creator, you shouldn't want every post to go viral. What are you building, right? What are you doing? You have to have posts for your community specifically that are like for them to keep interacting with them that aren't on a scale of let me just go viral with this new TikTok sound. For me as a content creator, I'm trying to build something that's bigger than just one platform, than it's just one niche or one narrative. And for me, I realized that I don't want everything and every single thing that I'm building on these platforms to go viral. I feel like it's more community based and you build a really strong foundation just building with them without the goal of just being a viral content
Well,
creator.
because you get to see you're kind of still troubleshooting to see what is working. Like, yeah, they like your funny stuff, they like the GTA shit, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But it's also like you do content where you're running and you're like, shh, you gotta do this, pay the fucking bills, this, that, and the other,
Exactly.
like discipline, this, you know what I'm saying? So it's
Yep.
like all the content you are doing, you're still troubleshooting, bro, even though you have been successful being viral.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think what you're talking about builds more long-lasting relationships
Yep.
with you and the audience versus just going viral for virality's sake, that it can be popular, but it'll be gone in someone's memory like that versus, hey, I like Johnny James. I'm from New Mexico, or I like, his content and I fuck with his comedy. So let me see what else he's got.
Yeah.
That's a different approach versus someone who's just like, hey, this popped up on my feed. That's pretty funny. I like that. And share it. And then it becomes viral in that way, but it's not a real attachment or a real connection.
For sure. They follow you, you get the numbers. But again, that goes back to, you guys have heard me talk about this the bajillion times, bro. The vanity metrics are not what I'm chasing.
Right.
They're not real.
Yeah. I mean,
they're really not.
You can't verify it anyway,
No.
even if it was.
Yeah, even if it was. But
hey, you're taking it on faith that the numbers are real too.
They're not tangible, brother. Like it's not something that you can take with you. And that's last night is a perfect example of that. What if you had 1 million people following you on TikTok, right? And they pulled the plug, dog. And you have nobody else across the platforms. And you said that
in previous, talking about emails and shit.
You have nobody else, bro. Like you're fucking lost, bro.
Yeah.
And the thing is how many of those million were just the looky-loos?
Right.
Something went viral. Oh, this dude's cool. Boom, I'm going to just follow him because it's easy to follow him. But they're not interacting or engaging in anything that you're doing. They're just there to
observing.
To make you feel validated if that's what you're chasing. And I think, unfortunately, you got a large portion of content creators that seek validation in that type of stuff. And it reflects in the content that's being created.
Right.
Because they just want people to say, damn, this dude got 1 million followers.
Right.
You see his last video? That shit went quadruple platinum, dog.
Yeah.
Double wood. That shit flying. And it's that instant dopamine boost that tells you, fuck yeah, validated. And then it goes away.
Right.
And they pull the platform.
Yeah, you're not really building anything.
No, you lose the metrics.
Yeah.
And you got to go start over from scratch. And what if it don't work? Then how you gonna feel about yourself? You put all your eggs in one basket. Yeah. You were seeking validation from people that don't even know you, right? And it's gone. That's gotta be a dark place to be mentally, bro, because this social media shit and content creation, if you let it, bro, that shit will fuck with you mentally.
Really?
Getting lost in the comments, getting lost in the sauce, like you can get lost. We've seen people crash out all over the internet time and time again, bro. We give these people a platform, right? We boost them up, right? We tell everybody, oh, Josiah's out of here. Hey, Josiah,
travel
my dude.
Safely, man. Travel safely.
We'll see you next time you're home, my dog.
Yeah, man.
Later,
Take
my
care,
brother.
See you, bro.
We give these people a platform, and I say we isn't just like the collective we, and we big them up, and we're like, oh, this is just funny. Dude's like, like, what was homie that had the tattoos on his face, Dom, that used to run in and like rob people and shit, and he'd run away from the barbers and stuff?
Oh, Boom Gang.
Boom Gang.
Oh, yeah.
Is a perfect example of that, dog.
Wasn't he doing porn at one
Brother,
point?
homie completely crashed out. Bro, he was going on live, and he was fucking like strung out, turned into like a crazy addict,
he looked like he was on drugs.
And guess what? As much as people bigged him up for the crazy shit that he was doing, they cheered even harder when he started crashing out. So like, this shit's a fucking balancing act, bro. And if you let it can mentally fucking destroy you.
Bro, I highly agree.
Yeah,
So,
it could destroy you. It's a dangerous place.
Yeah, because look at my TikToks. I was a cook. I started doing it just to vent, just to get it out there. I really started to do them because there was no, I don't know if you can hear me in this mic, but there was no pictures of me because I was locked up and I was messed up for years, you know what I mean? So I wanted pictures for my grandkids. I'm already in my 40s. And I started doing my TikToks. They started blowing up because I was just talking about my story, my message, no funny stuff, just little positive messages. And I went from a normal cook, to pulling a $80,000 a year job.
See what I'm saying?
Teaching.
Nice, bro.
And yeah, you know what I mean? So
You used it.
I used it for positivity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You used it to share your story for people that probably needed to hear it. And then you used it as a place to better the rest of your life. You used it as like a platform to spread awareness, which I seen you doing, right?
And I didn't even ball off that platform compared to like you or anybody else. Like I barely had any followers, but my views were up there. But it still hit. Like you said, the ones that I had that weren't viral are the ones that got me noticed by the right people.
See what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
It's not always about the viral moments.
Well, that's that. I think you would have got different results if you were chasing the attention, because if you were the gangster doing the dance videos, or like doing the clips with the rap songs and that sort of thing, like you wouldn't have got the same looks, like real opportunities in the real world.
Where I went viral, like when I first hit my million views, I had mine where I felt like I needed to push myself. Like you feel like you need to do it again, because like Johnny said, you get kind of addicted to that little. It's like a drug, that little high.
It is.
But then I caught myself. It was too hard, and I was like, you know what, I'm forcing this. This is not right. It doesn't feel right, and I stopped that. So
And see that, and it's easy to fall, and we've seen it time and time again. It's easy to fall into that trap, right? Then you just become a one-trick pony, and then they want you to keep doing, like you got to keep. That guy, right? You're that guy. Hey, make me laugh, funny guy. You're the guy. Do the thing, guy.
Dance.
And if it's working, you're like, I guess I got to keep doing the thing. But then the thing don't always work, dog.
Right.
Algorithm change, people grow, people move in this direction, that direction, and what they like before evolves. So if you're not evolving, then they're probably not going to evolve with you. Mm-hmm. And if that's all you're chasing, dog, you got to look at it that way, because they will. You either die the hero, or live long enough to become the villain.
Yeah.
But in the same breath, if you're not just super niche, you're not a one-trick pony, and you're actually being like a human being and authentic, they can't take that from you, my dog. Mm-hmm. You're you, right? So you can't get lost. Know your motherfucking north, right? Land words, I use that shit all the time, dog. You cannot, you might be you northeast every now and then, right? But if you know your north, you're not gonna get lost. And talking about that, there was a couple homies down in Cruces that asked me for advice, right? As like a content creator or an influencer, if I was to give them a piece of advice, what would it be, right? And for me, it really is three things, bro. It's there's more than that, but the first three that I would go to. And the first one, which is the biggest for me, is authenticity. Mm-hmm. Be yourself, bro.
Yeah.
Hollywood and the world have told us who we should like and who is famous our entire lives. We didn't choose the thug life. Thug life chose us. Right? We didn't get to make none of these choices. They just told us these are the people you need to watch and pay attention to.
Right.
Influencers and content creators and all this stuff started popping up now in the past like 15, 20 years, and that narrative has changed.
Yeah, for sure.
Now we're able to be like, nah, I fuck with dude here. Mm-hmm. I want this dude to be famous because he aligns with my morals and my ideologies versus what they're trying to force feed us. So if you're authentic, you're going to always find your tribe. And you're never going to lose yourself, because that's fucking you, bro, right? And you'll have your tribe around you to remind you. You know what I'm saying? Landlord's looking at me like, hey, dog, get back on code, bro. Get back on code, dog. Like, you're right, I'm tripping. Yeah. Right? Because you got your tribe, dog. They understand you. And even outside of just your personal people around you, if you build the right community based off of who you actually are, not a fucking character, they're going to see when you're deviating a little bit, when you're being a little, hey, so I'm a little different here. Dog, you good?
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Authenticity, right? Second has to be consistency. You got to be consistent, my dude. In the day and age of everybody fighting for attention, if you're dropping videos fucking once a year and you are not established, even if you are established, you ain't going nowhere or doing nothing. Mm-hmm. No fucking way. You got to be annoyingly consistent sometimes.
Yeah.
It's the way it works. That's why we went to weekly episodes of Respect Connect. Yeah. Subscribe now, motherfuckers. Yeah. Shout out. Then the third one, gonna sound corny, but I really don't give a flying fuck. All the comedian homies have said it too. Lead with love. Mm-hmm. If what you're doing is coming from a position of trying to build people up and be better, you ain't gonna lose, dog. It always wins in the end. It might be a long fight and it might get dark as fuck, bro. And you might question all of it, bro. But if you're leading from a place of love and prosperity and bettering the people around you, eventually you're gonna win, dog.
Definitely. And I think like look at Gary Vee and look at Wallow.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I think those are two perfect people to kind of show that they're never like fuck today, fuck this, fuck that. You know, shit. Wallow was locked up for I don't even know how long.
20
ago.
years.
You know what I'm saying? And he's out living, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Living good, bro. But like I follow his shit, so all his shit is like always all good morning.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like, yeah, you know what? Like,
It's upbeat.
it's upbeat, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
It is.
and it's a good thing. Bro.
And unfortunately, and we've talked about this time and time again, the negative is louder. So it'll reach the algorithm and the airwaves faster because people like to we like to see that shit. I don't know. Maybe it's a tick. Maybe it's a thing we haven't evolved out of, or maybe it's a survival mechanism, right?
That's why the Coliseum was built.
Maybe
dog.
it's a survival mechanism. I don't know exactly what it is, but negativity seems to thrive faster than the flip side. Does it last as long? Is it as because it really isn't. It's those viral moments where it's in the news and TMZ's talking about this messy shit about homie fuck this chick and that and like all the messy shit. It's really loud for a short amount of time.
Right.
And then it goes away.
Yeah. That's why they got to pump your head full of it.
Because
It's because you don't really want it like that anyway, but it's unnatural to be up all the time. You know, like there is the other side of it. And that's I think most people can attach to that because most people's highs don't get, you know, really super
really
high.
high.
Yeah, you know, but they'll let their lows get really, really fucking low. So, yeah, if the algorithm pushes the content that's more negative initially, like I would consider the GTA video to be a negative video. Like, it's just, you know,
well, because I'm out walking
it's
around
comedy.
being a wild ass
Yeah,
fucking
it's
NPC.
comedy,
Yeah.
but you're making fun of like NPCs and you know, but because there was a thought and an angle to it prior to turning the camera on, it left the door open to you being more thoughtful and everything else that you do. Some people aren't thoughtful to begin with. They just turn the camera on and emote and just get it off their chest, and that can work briefly, but like you said, that's not a complete human being that I'm watching. I'm just watching somebody crash out on the internet.
And unfortunately, people will
And
pull
people,
up.
yeah,
They'll
and
pull
people
up.
will pull up to watch you like cuss your boss out, but then when you lose your job,
They ain't there.
they're not gonna pay
don't
your
know.
rent. You know what I'm
they say?
saying?
Shouldn't have cussed your boss
Yeah,
out.
yeah, right.
We were
That
all
was
watching
dumb,
this shit, but
yeah.
that was dumb, bro.
Yeah.
Shit, I know you got millions of views on it, but damn, dog, that was stupid as shit.
Yeah.
And that's what they're gonna say behind the scenes too. Is like, see this idiot cussing out his
Yeah.
man, he had a great job.
Yeah.
Stupid ass.
Yeah, don't cuss your boss out like
Yeah,
that.
it's-
Not where you can find it.
No, it's an interesting dynamic, and like, you know, going back to how TikTok specifically, but you know, just social media in general, but TikTok specifically has affected so many people, dog. And I don't know if it's just because of how the algorithm is based. I don't know if it was, you know, because we were alone and locked away during the pandemic that people are holding on to like those moments of it, right? These viral moments and these moments of connecting with people from across the world, and these moments of getting unfiltered news, these moments of learning things that you never would have learned before. I don't know if it's that they're holding on to that. I don't know what it is, bro, but man, people are like emotionally, like people were tripping last night when they couldn't log on to fucking TikTok, bro. And it was weird, just out of muscle memory. I kept like going and trying to like open up the app, bro. It was just like there, like it's so ingrained. It's like you open up your phone, go to your messages, go to the app, check IG, boom, get on my
Bro.
farmers only, Christians mingle, you know what I'm saying? Check the DMs.
Christians
Peep out my
mingle.
MySpace.
I like
you know
how
what
you
mean?
nonchalantly put those in.
I mean, they got to
bro.
be there, dog. You know what I'm saying? One of these days they're gonna be goated, Jay. And they'll be like, Johnny was telling us the whole fucking time, man,
right.
where to meet us.
That's his new platform.
It
Go
is.
follow him.
Go follow me, just in case they take away the other ones. It's just, it seems like, yeah, people were really like, because you know when Vine went away, no one really like was on.
I
the
wasn't
internet.
even on
Yeah,
Vine.
you know.
No, I think I posted like 2 things online.
And Vine was cool as shit, bro. It was TikTok before TikTok.
Right.
I got
Vine was
back on
funny.
social media like during COVID. I was like, I told Johnny, I was like, I think I might need to like make a like a social media. He's like, yeah, it's about that time, bro.
you in 1998, Jay.
Yeah, Doug. I was off. I don't know how many people were like, bro, where the fuck were you? I was
Yeah.
looking for you. I searched for you. I was like,
Jay was on a Nokia
Yeah.
playing fucking. Was that
Snake.
one? Snake.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, man, it might be time to join the real world, dog. How the fuck y'all doing? But then when he got on, it was like, damn, bro, this is the same shit I turned Facebook off for in the first place.
Bro, for real.
Motherfucker ain't grown in 5 years. Still the same post, bro. But it's a part of us, dog, and it's not going away. It's only ever evolving, and that's why I knew, like, it's too big for them to, like, Vine and MySpace, like, it was like more beginning days, right? Like, it didn't affect the economy as much as this app does.
Right.
It didn't affect the narrative as much as this app does, bro. Like, people have went, like, they dropped music 10 years ago and no one heard it. And then all of a sudden, it pops up in a suggested sound. Someone makes a viral video for it. Boom. Motherfuckers on Billboard. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot has changed since then too. Like Vine, you weren't able to have it on your phone, like
Yeah.
super slick, and
Exactly.
if you could, it was like bulky and fucking,
But
wouldn't work.
It didn't affect the economy like this would. So I knew that. And again, like I didn't think they were gonna completely turn it off
rid
last
of it,
night.
yeah.
I was like, whoa, okay, shit. I see y'all. Whatever. Fuck it.
I know, bro. After I even sent that screenshot of it to like the group chat,
Yeah.
I was like, I kept going to it too, bro. Like I was like checking all my
It shoulda
all this
glitched.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I posted something on Twitter. I just started posting, but then I was like, oh, let me see what's up with TikTok, and then
It
I was
is
like,
just
fuck,
like,
I
I
did it
forgot.
like 3 times.
Did you click on the learn more button or did you just close out the app?
I just closed the app.
Yeah, I didn't learn more either. Did you learn anything? Learn words? Oh,
On
you ain't even
TikTok?
on
I'm
TikTok.
No,
not
he's
on
not on
TikTok.
TikTok.
No.
Who did you click the learn more button, Dom? Any of you guys clicked the learn more button when it said we just closed the app, huh? None of us learned anything last night. Everybody just closed that shit in protest.
Oh, look, there it is.
Fuck y'all. It's back
Back
up.
on, yeah.
See, yeah, it's back on.
I paid my phone bill. So it's,
yeah.
no, I'm just kidding.
Obama phone.
Yeah. So I don't think it's going anywhere, but I do feel like, man,
It's gonna be
we're
different,
seeing
man.
a shift here.
Definitely gonna be
Yeah,
different.
if it's a 50-50 split between those two countries, man, it's gonna be a whole different vibe.
seeing a
And
shift.
China already has a different version of it anyway.
Yeah, that they show their kids.
Yeah,
I've seen all those
because they talked about
stories,
that
too.
where it's like the shit that they pump over here ain't the shit that they pump over there.
No.
So that type of stuff to me is like, well, what the fuck? Like
Yeah.
they're obviously allowing some things to go that they know are negative or bad about culture.
They're
like
dumbing us down, bro.
Yeah.
We're dumbing us down.
Yeah, I was about to say.
We're allowing ourselves to
where
be
you were
dumbed down.
allowing
Yes.
it. That's the thing, bro. And I know the algorithm's built that way, all that stuff. Hey, listen, bro. Meth is built that way too.
Right.
Yeah.
It's up to you to not fucking smoke some shards.
Yeah.
It's a decision.
Yeah, but okay, you can live your whole like existence without meth and without TikTok, but in a way, in a manner of speaking, business wise,
Yeah.
it's intelligent for
That's
you to
the
smoke
difference.
a little bit of meth
Yeah, it is.
and just in moderation.
Just
Because
enough.
that's
Just enough
it's
to
like
keep me-
just enough
Yeah.
TikTok.
Just a little bit of
Just
meth.
enough. Yeah.
Make my business thrive.
Right. To make some money.
I'm not completely sharded out of my mind,
Right.
right? But it's just
Yeah.
enough to where they trust me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he smokes meth
But
too.
yeah, he's one of
Oh,
us.
he's smoking.
Yeah.
Come
And I
on.
can function.
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
function.
Yeah, come on. You know what I'm saying? Pull out the glass. Come on.
You got to
smoke
become
little.
a functional meth
Yeah.
smoker.
It sounds funny, but it's true.
But that's what it is because it's crack.
Yeah.
Like they designed it to be crack.
And that's the biggest difference is between, those two comparisons, right? You don't have to smoke crack
Yeah.
for business, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was pumping that shit for years and I never fucked with it,
Yeah.
right? And it was good.
Yeah.
Business was good, dog. I didn't have to partake.
Yeah.
Your business is probably not going to thrive as much as it could if you're not partaking in social media.
Correct.
It's just a fact. It's the world we live in.
Yeah.
So you got to smoke a little.
Yeah. Even if even if you're like if
little
you're
bump,
doing
dog.
like
Not a
even if
good
you're
fucking
doing
example.
like physical business too, like if you're a landscaper,
Yeah.
a mason, you do work on roofs and stuff like that. Those posts just keep you front of mind for other people in the future. So
They do.
even that, because this is the television now.
It is.
It really is. Other than sports, other than like I don't know, The Voice. I don't know what people watch on TV
They
anymore.
still watching that crazy shit.
The Voice is wild, though. I like
Yeah.
The Voice.
You just like they crashing out on there.
I don't watch it as often, but
Every now
I
and
used
then.
to like that shit. I grew up watching Star Search, so
Ah.
that was like another version of that. So I used to like that shit.
Yeah,
I never watched American Idol though.
What about what's the other one? America's Got Talent. You guys ever
I don't
watch
watch
that shit?
shit. No,
I
I only
that
watch The
shit's
Voice
so
because people
stupid,
can
bro.
actually fucking sing. On
Yeah,
The Voice.
yeah.
Like, they
I
can
think I
blow.
watched like the first couple of seasons of American Idol.
Yeah.
When what's his name was just a total shithead. And then we go back to people wanting to see motherfuckers be
Crash
crazy.
out, yeah.
Remember, he's like, your voice sounds like nails in my fucking
Oh yeah, that was
eardrums.
Yeah.
Simon Cowell.
Yeah, he was
That
just
guy, yeah.
going hammer time. But that was before viral stuff. But those moments are the reason why people pulled up to watch American
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
people like to watch
And
people
I mean,
crash
in the
out.
music industry, there's not always yes men, bro. Like, if you're not gonna get signed if you can't sing.
But
Yeah.
see, what
and
worked,
he was that line that was just like,
Yeah,
nah, bro,
nah.
that's not it.
what worked
Go
with
back to
that
work.
is the story of it, right? We get to watch the people that they crash out, crash and burn. They're horrible, but then we see the phoenix
Yeah.
rise from the ashes
Right.
of all of the adversary, bro, and
Yeah.
and they kill it, right?
Yeah, I still remember watching that clip of that dude. I forget his name, but I remember he played an original song he wrote for his father after he passed away. He played on the guitar and he sang it, and I just remember that moment being like really, really touching. And I watched that video several times.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. I think even television is the same setup as what social media has become, but now it's kind of democratized where anybody can upload something.
And you can digest it faster.
You can digest it faster, yeah, but I think what's naturally going to be the progression of that is that you have these governments all over the world that are going to want to stick their fingers in everything that you're doing online because they all have different standards. You know what I mean? Because there's no TikTok in certain countries in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Like they're just like, fuck that shit. It's
Yeah.
not happening.
We ain't doing it.
Yeah. We're
And-
not even gonna have a conversation about it.
And
Like
I
we're not
really-
gonna buy into it. We don't want ownership.
Yeah, we're good.
It's not going to be available here.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean,
So what do? They just like the U.S. or that country doesn't allow TikTok in their like app stores or like shit like that.
Yeah, it's not allowed in the App Store, and it's like an IP address where you're like you go through the homepage, but then you're like moving down into that structure. They just put a barrier there. So once you try to get there, they just say it's not available
ain't
here.
available.
It's like you ever what was it? I forget what it was. It was like YouTube. Was it YouTube or something? There was some place where I was looking for a video, and it was like a
blocked in this
Tesla.
country.
It was like a Tesla
Yeah.
movie, and you can watch it in Great Britain, but you couldn't watch it in the United
yeah.
States. And
I
I'm
got
like,
into that.
that doesn't even make sense.
Well, there's sometimes when you go to upload something, it'll even say like, well, your video has been blocked in this many countries.
Right.
It can't be
Copyright,
seen
yeah,
here,
something.
copyright stuff, or even other
It
other
wasn't
stuff.
even copyright.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just content moderation where
Yeah.
they're just like, no, you just can't. You can't watch it, which is crazy to think because it's very, very weird to me that a government anywhere can just tell people it's just like, no, children, you will not.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I think this goes to show you, if you didn't know already, the internet isn't a free for all anymore.
Exactly right. And they'll make their deals and figure out how they're going to make it work for them and try to make it work for you because obviously, like you're talking about, they saw people really getting emotionally affected just by not having access to it. You know what I mean?
Yep. And it gave everybody a common enemy,
Yeah.
right? And it's funny because a lot of the people really don't know who the common enemy is, right? Is it the senators? Is it the government? Is it this? Is it that? We don't even know who the enemy is at this point, but we all feel one certain way specifically about what's happening, right? But we don't know where to send the
energy.
Yeah. It's just
Where to
all over
direct
the
it,
place.
yeah.
So you're getting some people that are sending it to the content creators. You see some people that are like, oh man, better go get a fucking real job, motherfucker. You know what I mean? And then you hear other people that are like, oh man, like I've lost, like my mom, it's the only platform that she's on, right? And she uses it, bro. She'll like send like, I love you, Hito videos and like to the group chat and stuff like that. So like, you know, it's a part of her daily
Daily
like
life, yeah.
ritual and entertainment
Right.
that just got pulled away. She's not a content creator, she's a content consumer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't expect them to do it, but I did see the writing on the wall for where we may be headed now. And the easiest thing to take away from it, dog, is do not put all of your eggs in one basket.
True.
And you have to be really moving and grooving and really like shaking hands and really meeting people. You can't just be a talking head, my dude.
Yeah.
You gotta do that motherfucking grind. That hand-to-hand combat, bro. I'm glad I'm from the generation I'm from because I seen both sides.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I know how to pull up to the flea market, crack open the table, bro, and sell some shit. You know what I mean? Fucking sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
Rewind
right
it when
now.
you're editing the language. You're gonna get it. This motherfucker selling ketchup popsicles. I know how to get out there and grind. You got to take that. If you want to be a content creator and you were affected by what happened last night and you're just sitting there tripping, that means it's time to look at how you have things built.
Yeah.
Something might be fucked up. You might need, like we use the alien society as the example all kinds of fucking times, bro. We had almost everything we thought we needed. Dope MCs, producer, shit was sounding, looking great, visuals, everything was on point. The mansion from the outside looked fucking spectacular. We're off to the races. You walk inside and ain't even no fucking sheet wall hung up on the walls.
Yeah.
It's a fucking
Yeah.
skeleton of a mansion. Oh, well, this ain't gonna work, fellas. No one can live in this motherfucker. There ain't even a roof on this fucking shit. But from the front, it looked great.
We learned a lot from that, though.
We did,
You know what
bro.
I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and that's really what you get out of losses. And I'm not gonna say it's a loss because we learned a lot though, but
Yep.
it helped us structure things differently. And
Yeah.
now it's like you have Merciless music, I have J Trav music, and it's like it's structured a certain way to where it's like there's no one else can fuck it up except like me or
Yeah.
except, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's
Exactly.
like there's not 30 rappers in
Yeah,
here.
no. And remember I used the umbrella metaphor. Remember? Whenever I started talking about Mercy, it was like, look, dog, when everybody's just standing under the same umbrella and they didn't bring no umbrella to the party, when that shit goes away, what the fuck is everybody left with? Because one person's gonna be like, this is my umbrella.
Yeah.
Fuck you, motherfuckers.
Or that person's just gonna keep
Or that
elevating
person,
to
yeah.
the next level,
and
bro.
leave everybody just fucking out,
being-
shit out of luck.
Being the only person, because there's only one handle on the umbrella.
Exactly.
So who's
But
holding it? If we're not taking turns,
everybody
you know?
brings their own umbrella to the party,
Yeah.
and you fucking Voltron or Megazord that shit, you fuck some shit up, bro.
Yeah.
But you can also exist if you aren't a part of the fucking Megazord. You can still fuck shit up on your own.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you got to go your separate ways. It happens. But at least you were able to establish a bigger umbrella while we were fucking rocking with each other. And you got to go that way. I got to go this way. So as a content creator, if you're not effectively trying to establish yourself outside of one realm, you're only asking for it, dog. You're only asking for it.
Yeah.
Because if you let another company or a business like that control your trajectory and your success, you really don't have anybody to blame but yourself.
Yeah.
You gotta build something. If this is what you really want to do, right? An influencer, a content creator, if that's what you want your job to be, you better be building something bigger than just one platform.
Right.
Because we seen it last night. They turned them lights off.
Yeah.
Kind of dark in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like running ads on like different channels too. You know what I'm saying? Like there ain't just one sports channel that Nike
Yeah.
goes to, or Reebok and all them. So
It's on Channel 4, Channel 7,
yeah,
ESPN,
13.
Christians Mingle. So, talking about the spirit of crashing out, we're going to pivot a little bit here because we didn't get to talk about it last week, and I'm glad because more stuff has happened. Len Words, how you feel about old Aubrey and his defamation suit against UMG?
How do I feel about it?
How you feel about it?
I don't
I
feel,
don't feel
anything
nothing.
about it.
I'm cold-blooded.
I don't feel anything about it.
What do you think about it?
I think that it's what he should do. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, unlike some of the people in this room who think that he's violating some code. I think I think
I'm not gonna say
the
anything
code.
yet.
I think the code that he's violating is the unspoken man code. That's the code he's
Yeah.
violating. As far as like taking somebody to court for trying to ruin your position in a negotiation, like that makes sense to me. I get that, and I think that that's what he's probably trying to defend himself. We've seen enough big name performers lose everything when they went to war with certain folks, and that's what he seems to be lined up to do right now.
I'm gonna push back just a little bit on that.
Feel free.
If that's the narrative, that they're devaluing one of their biggest artists, if not their biggest artist, and you are this artist, and you know you're trying to come back for renegotiation and get that bag and really run it up. I want more control. Why the fuck do you engage in a fucking battle that has the ability with another artist on that on that same label that could devalue who you are and what you're doing? Why engage? If you know, but he's waited 10 years, why engage the year before the renegotiation?
I don't think that. I think those two things are related, but I think his choice to participate in that is based on the fact that he is a rapper and he considers himself to be one of the best. And maybe he's not, but he wanted to go toe-to-toe with someone like Kendrick, who obviously is in that conversation. And I think once that came up, it couldn't be both him and J. Cole stepping back. And then everyone started to turn their attention to go after Drake in particular. So what was he going to do? Just let everyone continue to go at him? Like,
And where I stood with that too, you already know. When everybody started like trying to jump him, that was bitch ass shit. I'm like, everybody get the fuck out of the way. This is between
these two.
these
This is
two.
the fight, but it wasn't. That's
wasn't.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a fight, but okay.
Yeah.
He's a rapper, right?
Yeah.
Considers himself a rapper. He stays in that. He's in that culture. He's in that genre. Okay.
I actually have an answer to your question, but go ahead.
What the fuck, dude? When did we start suing over battles?
Okay.
I've heard some disrespectful shit from battles, bro. It's a fucking battle, bro.
Right.
Imagine if Biggie was like, "You didn't fuck my wife. I'ma sue this
He's
motherfucker."
not- because he's trying to define damages. That's the only reason why. Like, if it never affected his bottom line, if there was no negotiation, if everything was copacetic with him and his label, it wouldn't make a difference.
Okay, but did it affect his bottom line because he was still the most streamed and downloaded fucking artist of last year?
Yeah, and you only
I think
saw
it
all
affected
that.
his pride.
And you saw it did. It
More
did.
than his bottom line.
And this is my other side to that answer, which is everything that we've heard about how he was moving in his private life that he volunteered. So this is not
Yeah, it's not where, like, we're digging
speculation.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, this is him talking about it. He's sleeping with other guys that he's working with, their wives, and like he's going to town moving like
He's
that.
blocking records from being released.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
yeah.
So if you already move like that, then you're gonna think, "Hey,
I'm untouchable.
I'm untouchable. I can't be faded. So I'm gonna just, knock this little short guy out real
And see,
quick."
I do
And-
get the corporations trying to devalue you when it's time to renegotiate,
Yeah.
right? But being in the industry as long as you have, and you've seen these conversations and these things happen, right?
Yeah.
Listen, dog, I got renegotiation in a year. I've waited 10 years. I'm gonna come after Buddy after I secure this bag, and I know
Gotcha.
who's in my back pocket.
But I think he already felt like he had the bag secure because he thought he was like that dude.
Untouchable.
Where
Mob
it just
ties.
can't be.
Yeah, exactly.
Mob
and-
ties.
And we all know that the corporations don't care anything about the culture. The people care about the culture. And a rap beef is the part of the culture that the corporations can't really affect, like how we perceive that, because we feel the music. We listen to the music. What did he say? Is it true? Like that's, they can't really shine that. They can't really affect that. So he probably felt like I can get in and
can't
out of
lose.
this beat. Yeah, I can't lose because I'm good with the corporations because they like making the billions. I just want a bigger chunk of the money I'm, creating. And if I gotta, knock this other guy down before I triumphantly get my big deal, he probably was thinking on the other side of the mountain that I'm gonna knock Kendrick off and then go get my big money.
My bag's gonna
and
be
then,
even higher.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So I think he looked at it almost as an opportunity to prove that he could do it both ways, where I can do the pop shit, I can do the R&B, I can do that stuff, but then I also got bars for these dudes.
And see, that's where I fall into like a weird position here, right? Because, dog, don't start none, won't be none. Like, you can't come to the table for a battle in the culture, say you represent the culture, you've been in it forever, right? And engage in a battle only to run away and be like, Mom, they made fun of me better than I made fun of them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sue them. That's not how this shit works. And then to bring in someone's family and start airing out like other crazy shit is, dog, it's fucking, that we've never seen this before. It's really fucking messy. Especially, like I said, he didn't lose anything.
Right.
Financially, this dude's still the most downloaded, bro. If that's not gonna stop, dog.
Yeah.
What he lost was, I think he lost how he wanted people to perceive him. And we're watching the crash out.
Yeah.
And he's in the middle of renegotiating. And all these things are true at the same time, right? Yeah. So when he filed his defamation suit, which is going to be very fucking difficult to win. We've not seen a lot of people win defamation suits, especially up against fucking, you know what I mean, a corporation like UMG, dog. That's like fighting a triple-headed dragon, bro. But UMG, their response, they said, not only are these claims untrue, but the notion that we would seek to harm the reputation of any artist, let alone Drake, is illogical. We have invested massively in his music, and our employees around the world have worked tirelessly for many years to help him achieve historic commercial and personal financial success throughout his career. Throughout his career, Drake has intentionally and successfully used UMG to distribute the music and poetry to engage in conventionally outrageous back and forth rap battles to express his feelings about other artists. Now seeks to weaponize the legal process to silence an artist's creative expression to seek damages from UMG for distributing the artist's music. We have not and do not engage in defamation against any individual. At the same time, we will vigorously defend the litigation to protect our people and our reputation, as well as any artist who might directly or indirectly become frivolously litigation become a frivolous litigation target for having done nothing more than writing a song.
Okay.
That's their statement.
Yeah, and I call bullshit because these are the same people who gave us gangster rap. So maybe you're not attacking one individual artist. You attacked an entire community. So fuck off with that bullshit. You can't say that if you gave us gangster rap and you pump that shit to people for generations, knowing that it was detrimental to the community, knowing it was detrimental to the culture of the people who were put out in front of it. Like they knew that that's what it was. They wanted someone to be crass. They wanted Senate hearings. They wanted pastors driving steamrollers over the CDs for, political points. Like we saw all this shit happening and they were getting paid. The white man got paid off of all of that. So this is why I'm saying, like, it's cool for them to play this legal game and say, like, well, no, we just give them a platform and we allow it. What?
I said, which they're going to win.
Which they will win because it's their system. It's their fucking system. So, like, let's not be fools to think that, oh, well, Drake is trying to play their game. That's where he's fucking up because he can't win there.
No.
He could have won the battle. He can win for the culture. He can still be relevant to people who like his music and stuff like that. But I'm not going to believe or even give credence to a company that has made their money off the destruction of black people and their community and their art and then say, well, we were just giving them an opportunity. Bullshit. Why do you kill the people who try to own their masters? Why, like,
they take out life insurance.
Yeah, they take out life insurance policies and try to cash them in. They short the life insurance policies. They kill people. Like, come on, man. Like,
You know what's interesting about what you're saying? It made me think of an interview with Crazy Bone when he was talking about how when they were popping
They-
off. You know what I'm talking about?
they own the
they own the
they are
jails.
invested in the
Yeah.
jail system.
Yeah.
So how can you fucking say
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
that? Oh, it's poetry. Fuck you.
Well, see, but that takes me again back
It's
to
propaganda.
what I was saying. It's not like he didn't know that he was living in the devil's playground,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he knew.
Okay.
He knew what side he was
So
on.
that's what I'm saying. Okay. You know what you signed up for.
Yeah.
You know what you've been doing. You know the rise and fall, all of this stuff. It's been written forever. We've seen this time and time again. Again, bro. I don't know if homie doesn't have friends around him or what, but to engage in the middle of a negotiation with who you would consider to be the devil, right?
Yeah.
Let's just use that as an example. And to be right in the middle of the clever ass moves that they bring to the table to decide to go to war with one of their artists that, let's say they did bankroll. What the fuck are you trying to prove? What are you doing? What are you doing? He overplayed his hand.
Okay, I think he is the demon that's trying to get back into heaven at this point. Like, that's what I think it is. Like you said, they're both guilty. We don't know how involved Kendrick might be. He might just be a hired gun in all this, where it's like, who's the guy who can knock this guy off? We'll get this guy because he can do it, you know, just through rhymes. But if Drake has been, you know, getting blood money, so to speak, and he goes to the blood money merchants and says, hey, you guys are doing bad deals. What he's saying is still correct. But he's just not in a position, just like they're not in a position to say what is right and wrong because you've been doing wrong. He's been making them records too.
Yeah.
They've been promoting them records too. So for them to pretend like, oh, we're just giving artists a platform to share their poetry with the world and fuck you. That's garbage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And for him to say, well, they're doing it and they did it to me this time. That's bullshit because why you
Exactly.
crying now?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially he wasn't crying when he was
good.
dragging Meek
Yeah,
Mill.
exactly.
He had the full power of the machine behind him, bro, and he obliterated Buddy.
Exactly. And this is why I go back to my original response. I don't feel anything about this. Like, that makes me feel something because I know that's a crock of fucking shit.
Well,
that's insulting to the intelligence of people.
You know what
who
I
hear
think
it.
that was? That was a specific, we ain't backing down, bro.
Oh yeah, it's a double down for sure.
Yeah,
They're
it's
just
a,
like,
bro,
Yeah.
it's a, okay, dog.
Yeah.
You really want to go here? Let's go.
But if you grew up watching hip hop and you know how it started and you know
Yeah.
what we had and what it turned into now, and you looking at those corporations that became what they are,
Oh, they were part of it.
they were it.
Yeah, that's true.
They were it. They
Very
bought. They created Def Jam to go against the independent labels. They created that machine and bought artists early on and knew they were stealing rhymes and knew they were stealing styles and knew they were taking shit off of people who were really living it and they were copying it for commerce. They knew what they were doing because they had to take something that could have been positive in a movement that they couldn't have controlled and they had to find a way to flip it, commercialize it, pay the artists who are struggling and say, here, we'll give you money. Just come over here and sign.
Yep.
We know you don't read the contract. We know you don't know that we're putting you in debt and making you pay for all this shit anyway. So they're not even fronting any money.
And they lock
It's
them
crazy.
in. And they lock them in. That's why I think we've talked
fucking
about it
crazy.
too. The narrative of it's a young man's game. Right?
Yeah.
That was all part of the play too.
Right, exactly.
Because they take them from having nothing, right? And they give them all this power, all this money at such a young age.
Right.
And they make them sign these crazy ass deals because fuck, bro, I could barely make rent last week. Now all of a
Right.
sudden I'm buying my mom a mansion.
Right.
Sure, let me sign this fucking deal.
Exactly.
Right? And they wanted to perpetuate that image of hip hop's a young man's game. Oh, you old head, man, you can't be rapping. What are you doing? Shit, you 28, you 25, you 30, you 45. That's too old. Sit down. No, it's not too old. It's too knowledgeable.
Too wise.
It's too wise.
Yeah.
Because
Because
you
you can
fucking
be,
difference,
because
dog.
you can be old
And stupid.
and be Diddy.
Yeah.
And be and getting children to come to flavor camp to live with you for a weekend or whatever so they can see the lifestyle or whatever. Like Usher talked about that shit on the Breakfast Club. And they asked him straight up, I think it was a Breakfast Club, it was either that or Big Boy, but they were asking him straight up, would you let your kids go to flavor camp with Diddy? And he was like, hell no.
Yeah.
Because they know that it's immoral. They know it's wrong, but it's like if I can get an old head who doesn't care about the next generation, but will keep pumping the same culture that is degenerate, cool.
So
bring him in.
Diddy was that old head.
And Diddy was that old head who had a mansion full of whatever he had. Yeah, whatever he had going
Johnson
on.
and Johnson.
Yeah. But
Slippery when wet, my guy.
But that's why I look at all of that stuff is like, man, it's a fucking hustle. And for them to try to play the high road as if they were just giving a platform, because they didn't just do it in hip hop, they did it in R&B. They've done it throughout music, the music industry, period. Like, same with the movie industry. Like, it's all the same play.
It's just copy and paste.
Yeah, it's the same
They
move.
spread it throughout. So I totally get all the bigger ramifications and all of this stuff, right? Like, I want to bring it back a little smaller, though. I want to go a little more micro. I want to go a little more just from a hip-hop fan, what hip-hop is, and as an MC myself, right? Brother, you can't walk around fucking everybody's wives,
Right.
blocking records, being crazy, acting like you're untouchable, and you could go up against anybody and be ready for the shit. I'm ready for the shit. Mob ties, alluding to maybe he was responsible for X and all this craziness, right?
Yeah.
And go at it and go to the motherfucking ring, bro. Step into the battle because there's really nothing's off fucking the table. And Kendrick told him,
Don't
keep
make
it above
personal.
the waist,
Yeah.
dog. Let's go bodies, bruh. Right? He told him, let's go bodies. Man said, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm going, let's go. Your son ain't yours. You hit your wife. He went there first, dog.
Yeah.
Now, did Kendrick bait him? I don't know. Whatever. But he still made the conscious decision
Yeah.
to go straight below the belt.
Yeah.
And he came back and he just wasn't ready, bro. He was not ready. Like we've said time and time again, Family Matters against any other artist in the industry, they're done.
Yeah, it would have been a
Done.
wrap.
A wrap. The van in the video, it was a wrap. I seen that shit. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
But he had more in the holster. Kendrick was ready, bro. And okay, you lost, bro. You lost, bro. I've seen Michael Jordan lose. I've seen LeBron lose. I've seen Kobe lose. You're a competitor, right? What I've never seen was LeBron sue the Spurs.
Yeah.
The fuck? That takes the competitor and the aspect of what this is and just fucking shits on it completely. We're snitching now? Like, I understand. Like, I do. I get it. The labels, it's always us against the labels, bro. And it should always be that way because we should stick together as artists.
Yeah.
But two things can be true at the same fucking time. Come on, dog. Really? I think a lot of it is him wanting to block it from being played on the Super Bowl as well.
Really?
Bro, that's a huge ass platform that they're going to be calling his whole crew a bunch of fucking Chesters.
If they perform that song.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, you think he's not going to at this point? Shit,
I think
he's
it's
going to step up
possible.
there and perform it at the pop out like he did 50 fucking times.
I think it's possible that he doesn't. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I think
I mean, I think it's doubtful, but I see what you're saying. I don't know. I understand why he went to the court system, but I also feel I agree with you that it's not a player move. It's not a move that is in alignment with
It's giving
everything
Karen.
that he's. It's
giving
giving Karen.
Karen.
That's a quicker way to say it.
Yes.
Yeah,
It is
It's
giving,
a bitch made move.
It is
But
giving. They're barbecuing down here at the park. I don't
There's a
like
bunch of
this.
kids. They don't belong in the pool.
No. There's only one lifeguard and there's 10 kids and the sign says only 5 kids should be in there.
These kids don't live in this neighborhood. They should
Yeah.
be having a birthday party.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it looks like to me. And it just, I'm like, bro, what the fuck, dude? Like, I don't know. If you don't want to engage, then don't engage.
Yeah.
If you know that you're up for renegotiation, you better play better chess.
And it sucks. Every video I see of him, like now, it's just like worse and worse, bro. Like there's one where he's going through like music from Canada, and I've heard that artist. He's done a song, and that feels whack. But he's just like Drake's like slurring, and just, I don't even know if it's slurring, but it's like his S's are there, dog. You know what I'm saying?
See, I'm glad I brought up the Michael Jordan and the Kobe and the LeBron thing, right? There is such a thing as losing gracefully, right?
For sure. Agreed.
in the public.
And winning gracefully for that matter.
Yeah, bro, you got to learn how to do
true.
both. If
Yeah.
you've spent so much time winning, my dog, you got to learn how to lose.
A lot of people who win like that, though,
They don't know how to lose.
They refuse to lose. They will burn this motherfucker down before they lose.
And that's what we're seeing a part of that.
Yeah.
I think all these things are true at the same time.
Right.
Does a label back an artist and put gas on what they're doing?
Yeah.
Bro, we heard about payola 50 fucking years ago.
Yeah. And we got drill music.
If you got the money to put the
Now.
artist in front of the masses, you're gonna use the money to put the artist in front of the masses.
Yeah.
You pay academics, you pay these streamers, you do all this stuff. It's the same thing as paying the radio stations back when they controlled it all.
Right.
Paying MTV, which I'm sure they did too.
Yeah. I mean, they gave Charlamagne a book deal.
Exactly.
Like, they got ways of paying people
Yes.
without paying them.
So
Yeah.
if that's what's happening, you just gotta know.
Yeah.
Like, you got to know that's the people that you're playing games with.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to play better chess.
I don't think there's one person who can play chess against that, though.
No.
Like,
No. Fuck no. There's too much fucking money, dog.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
people that have the money invested in that, hell nah, bro. Yeah, Drake's a big catalog, for
it's-
sure.
Yeah.
But compared to the money that they already have,
Yeah. I mean,
ain't tripping.
it's money they stole, though. Let's be
I mean,
honest.
yeah, but they have it.
Yeah.
So okay,
They've
so
acquired
what
it.
if they don't renegotiate?
That's my question. Does he go independent?
yeah, does he go-
does he invest in himself and take it? Like, does he start funding his
This
tours?
is why this is why I say burn this motherfucker down,
Yeah.
because if that's his play, that's a good play. Because that's what I would do. They're not gonna let you go.
And I don't think that's his play.
But if you don't think so?
Nah, man.
You
From
don't think-
watching how he played this game and how he plays chess, nah. that
Well,
ain't his play.
maybe he's not maybe I'm throwing him more bail than he deserves.
Yeah, ain't his play. I think this whole thing
it
hurt
would
his
be-
pride more than anything else.
It probably
Yeah.
did. I agree with that.
That's what it boils down to.
I think him going
gotta
independent.
concede there. I gotta concede there.
I think him going independent would it would be a life change for him.
Oh
Like a
my
lifestyle
God,
change.
he
You know
would
what I'm
be
saying?
incredibly powerful if he was independent. But he would.
I think it would have his
also
pros
would've-
and cons though. Like,
Oh
he's
yeah,
still,
I mean,
you know,
he
he's
wouldn't be
still
able to
Drake,
get into the
but-
same video
Yeah.
venues and things like that. But like what we see with Lil Russell and what he's
Oh,
doing.
exactly. Dog.
Oh, yeah.
If Drake went that route and was just like, "Yo, I'm setting up shop. I'm picking a city. We're just gonna build,
Yeah.
and y'all can come fuck with us."
I mean, he can't do like the backyard shit. For
You know
sure.
why
No,
that won't
no,
happen
he
again?
can't,
but-
because
yeah.
of what he just showed us with his pride.
right,
Yeah.
Hell,
I
no.
agree.
You think that motherfucker gonna pull up and perform it at someone's pad? Hell,
right.
no.
I think
No,
Lil
no,
Well,
no.
yeah, but
I
I'm
think
not
it would
saying
be too
necessarily
much.
a
I know,
pad.
but I
But if
know
he
what-
bought
I
a
know what you
theater or
mean.
something
Yeah.
like that,
He's
yeah.
not gonna want to go backwards, right?
Yeah.
It'll be like flying fucking first class your whole life, and all of a sudden now you got to go see a coach.
Well, I mean,
You ain't gonna wanna do it.
He would still be able to get like the Madison Square Garden.
Oh.
Like he would still be able to fill
Yeah.
those.
None of
Yeah.
that's gonna change, dog. And it didn't change. We
Right.
seen it. He had one of the most successful years of his fucking career, dog.
Yeah.
He just took an L.
Yeah,
he got
for sure.
He lost the finals, right?
And he threw a temper tantrum.
But what happened? So he did.
He
threw
didn't
a
shake-
temper
he didn't
tantrum,
shake
dog.
it.
fucking shit up.
Hey,
on his
I'm
way
from
out,
Detroit.
dog.
We don't always shake hands after the
Yeah.
loss, man.
But a temper
not
tantrum
saying
in the
that.
middle, but a temper tantrum in the middle of the court is
Yeah.
different than not shaking hands after the loss.
Yeah.
Imagine. So look at it. Let's look at it from the NBA like that, right? Okay. We've seen Kobe lose. We've seen Jordan lose. We've seen LeBron lose. Everybody loses, bro.
Yeah.
What they do after that loss is what establishes their legacy.
Right.
When Jordan couldn't get past the Pistons, the fuck did he do?
He went.
He
was in
went
the gym. Yeah.
Started
Got his weight
fucking
up.
getting some creatine, high protein diet.
No, I remember that.
Right?
They said he put on some pounds and he
Yeah.
was like,
He
Nobody
gained like
said,
35, 40
"Aight,
pounds. Like, yeah.
let's go. And what happened that very next year?
And that was his playing weight, which is
Yeah.
crazy. Like putting on that much weight and
What
playing.
happened that very next year?
They won, and they won 3 years in a row. Yeah.
When
got
Kobe lost to the Celtics, fuck happened.
Yeah, he did the same thing Jordan did.
He's like, bro, I'll lose to a fucking high school team. I don't want to lose to the Celtics. Are you fucking crazy?
yeah.
It's what you do after the loss that really says everything about your legacy, bro.
yeah, study the footage, bro.
Study the
Study the
footage.
footage of
He
that.
traded
loss.
Sasha Vujacic.
Know what I'm saying? So what do you think,
Get him outta
fellas?
here.
Time to get the fuck up out of here?
Let's do it.
Hey,
Yeah.
until next time, respect and connect. Peace.
Damn.
It's bigger than this.